What a time. You talk about that July date. We could have three massive shows that weekend with the card here in New York City, potential Wembley card as well. The other one on the 12th here in New York in some sort of secret location. Massive weekend next weekend with three big shows in New York, Riyadh, and Las Vegas. And of course, we kind of kick off this incredible stretch with the massive one at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I said at the top of the show, I'm happy the fans there will have something to cheer about because my beloved Nottingham Forest beat them yesterday. So I'm just happy. I just always find a reason to bring them up. So it was a nice 2-1.
Forest are flying. That's an unbelievable success story.
Isn't it something else? Yeah. Isn't it weird also, like when I hitch my wagon to them, all of a sudden, it's crazy, right? I mean,
it's also crazy that you call them beloved, and you've only just recently hitched your wagon to them.
Yeah, 3 long years. Yeah, it's been quite the struggle. But since then, no relegation, and here we are vying for a Champions League spot. I mean, it's something else. It really is.
How's UFC these days and MMA?
I love this. Tell us. Why do you ask that question? What's the
there's nothing facetious in it. It's a genuine question. Like, I feel like boxing at the moment is just skyrocketing in terms of, eyeballs, attention, narrative, conversation, digital, narrative. And look, UFC is a massive business, but I just, do they need to make I'm saying this as a complete MMA casual. Do they need a John Jones against Aspinall style fight to really, not get back on track, because the business is incredible, but I don't know. It wasn't a leading question. It was just curiosity.
Well, I think you know a lot about what is going on. You call yourself a casual, if you will. I think you know more, and I think it was a very appropriate question, because I would say, just as we spoke a few months ago, and it pissed some people off, there are more intriguing things happening in the sport of boxing. Now, we are comparing a sport to a promotion, but let's be honest, the promotion really is the sport. MMA right now is in a recession. MMA is in a really tough spot. There is no number 2. Lord knows there's no number 3, certainly not here in North America. And to your point, the UFC, they'll have their big shows once a month, a pay-per-view, typically top heavy. The last one was good. The next one is top heavy. Their Super Bowl show, their big one of the year, usually happens end of June, early July. That's International Fight Week. It's April 22nd right now. They have yet to announce a main event because they don't have a main event. John Jones isn't signing up for the Aspinall fight as of right this moment. They don't know what they're going to do with Ilia Topuria, who's their other big star coming out of Spain and Georgia. It's not a great time. Conor McGregor has shown no interest in coming back, and so people could say whatever they want. They're about to score a massive rights deal in the States, as you probably know. But in terms of like a high watermark for the sport, an apex moment for the sport, we are not in that moment right now.
Is it a lack of stars? Like, this just happened. I think, by the way, this is cyclical. People talk about it in British boxing at the moment. These guys are getting old. Yeah, well, guess what? The new guys that are coming through that are 5-0, 8-0, 10-0, 12, they are the future, and they'll get there. But sometimes there's just that lull.
It is 100% cyclical. You're 100% right, and you're someone who knows about this. I also feel like there's a bit of a McDonaldization of the promotion, where they have gotten so popular that it all starts to feel a little rinse repeat. They do these shows at the Apex, which I think has taken the soul away from the events. They're doing like 10 or so a year, hopefully less next year. And there was once a time where Dana White would say our shows would never be like boxing events, top heavy, 1 or 2 big fights and nothing underneath. And anyone who tells you otherwise, that they are not doing that right now, is simply lying. They're very top heavy, and then the rest are relatively up and coming, unknown, soon to be players, soon to be contenders, but not what they were back in 2009, 2010, 11. The biggest star in the UFC are the 3 letters. Would you not agree that when the UFC says they come to town, they could sell tickets off those 3 letters alone? I don't know if a lot of promotions, respectfully, including your own, that could say, we're coming to town and we're going to sell out. People need to know who's on the card. The UFC and WWE are probably the only combat sports entities right now, in my opinion, that could do that. Do you agree or disagree?
I do think we're the closest to that, where we can go to a new territory globally and say, Matchroom are coming to town. But it is like, I know, obviously you get it because you know the sport, but it's a bit like darts.
Oh, yeah.
With the PDC. Yeah. I mean, I know Luke Littler is the current, big attraction, but we go to arenas. People don't even know who's playing. and it sells out instantly. And that's the beauty of the UFC. How long can you rely on that if there aren't still some stars popping in and out, you know? But very interesting.
Jake Paul, JCC Jr, June 28th. You like this matchup for Jake?
I mean, I prefer it to the Mike Tyson one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, I think that Jake, unless Jake makes loads of money, he's not going to take any substantial risks. So it's very calculated. You know, Chavez, didn't he lose to
Anderson
MMA
Silva.
fight?
Anderson Silva, yep.
Yeah. So who Jake beat. But I get it, you know, like obviously he's, you know, he's quite well known in Mexico. I think the fight will do quite well. I don't think he's horrendous, Chavez. I mean, if he could just get himself in some kind of shape and condition, it could at least be competitive. But yeah, size, youth. It's a good bit of matchmaking. Not awful.
Okay, fair enough.